You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
Sunny 93.3. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris. How you doing, Dan?
I'm doing pretty darn good.
That's awesome.
Let's just throw it out there. Mondays before we start a show, we have a little collective meeting here about what's coming up this week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we a lot of time and effort into planning. I'm sure everyone can tell.
Here's the thing. I will say stuff on this show, and I say stuff.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, someone, John usually, will fact check what I said, and then turns out I may embellish on occasion. I may tweak a little fact a little bit.
That's why it's called Dan Farris News and Comment.
I've got to do this just moving forward, and I'll come clean. I mean, I'm a big boy. If I in some way, if you listen to this program, if I have destroyed your life, well, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sorry.
Just sorry.
Is this going back to the Donna Reed, Tara Reed thing? Is that
part of it?
Well, in all fairness, Tara Reid's mother's name is Donna Reed. It's just not that Donna Reed.
We're talking about Tara Reid, who starred in all the Sharknado movies.
Yeah.
And I had said a week or so ago that she is the daughter of Donna Reed, who co-starred with Jimmy Stewart in the movie It's a Wonderful Life. And then she was in Hollywood for years, had her own TV series for about 5-6 years.
Yeah.
She was beautiful.
made perfect sense.
Yeah.
It just
except they didn't
sense.
spell the names the same.
Yeah, well, they're completely different Donna Reeds, okay. Wow.
I'm sorry.
Just back off, will you? Will you there, Sherlock?
Hey, the good news is, Dan, it's a new week, and you haven't been wrong at all yet.
No, we're just getting going. This is huge. It's still early. You may have time to pull this off. This is national. This isn't take your daughter to work day. This isn't take your son to work day. This is please take my child to work day.
Oh, so take my child away from me and take it with you.
Hand your kid off to somebody going to work.
All right.
Just do that. And
would
probably,
you take my child?
I would suggest probably the best, most effective way to do this is what used to be John Morrell's, now Smithfield Foods.
Yeah.
Just walk your kid to the main entrance. A couple thousand guys are going to be filing in pretty soon. Just hand your kid off.
Yeah.
And hope it's hog slaughter day.
Let's
Well,
not
they
do
can learn something.
Teach
any
the
of
kids where
that.
food comes from.
Let's not do any of that.
So yeah, please take my child to work day. What's the worst that can happen? Well, could be 40 years old and you hand your kid off and turns out Tara Reid, wait, this isn't my mommy, that's a different Donna Reed.
But now we know.
We know.
All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris on Sunny 93.3.
Do you have a credit card? Is it the very best credit card? Many people get their credit card as a response to an offer that was mailed to you. These are typically not the best cards. Check the fine print for the fees and interest. We have a website that compares many different cards being offered so you can find the one that's the best fit for you. If you'd like to find a better credit card, we'd love to help at bettercreditcards.net. There's no obligation. Just click and compare to see if we can get you a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net.
Sunny 93.3. Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Morning. Oh, you chilling?
What the? You seem unprepared, Ranger Dan.
Ranger Dan is never unprepared.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes he over-contemplates
Oh, yeah, I've
how
done
the
that.
heck he got here in the first place.
Rethinking some of life's choices.
What is going on? Yeah, this is gather around the radio, little radio rangers. This is fascinating stuff.
All right.
Normally I deal with, what goes on in our area in the woods, little woodland creatures and the plants. And,
Yeah.
And safety first, of course. Ranger
Of
Dan's
course.
all about safety.
Yes.
All about safety. But did you know the rhinoceros
Yeah.
actually, gazillions of years ago, actually was indigenous to North America?
No kidding.
That is a true story.
The rhinoceros is from here.
The rhino, not necessarily from here, but originally did roam not just Asia and Africa as it does now, but also North America. That was a long time ago. There are actually five. There are five different kinds of rhinos. You got the black rhinos, you got the white rhinos, both of which live in Africa. You got the great one-horned rhino, which is an Indian rhinoceros, Javan, and the Sumatran.
Oh, wow.
Rhino, which which lives in Asia. And also the horn, this is fascinating. That horn is not made of bone.
Made of hair.
And if you find a rhino walking around, and if you do, like ducks, if you find one, you can have it, if you like.
Good luck getting that.
If you take that horn off, that horn will grow back. That's actually made out of kind of the same things that our finger and toenails are made out of.
Oh.
Really?
Keratin, yeah.
Oh, see, I was thinking it was like hair.
Does it
Keratin
hurt
and
them
hair,
if you
yes.
take it off? Like, is it like clipping toenails,
I don't
wonder?
think they're going to just stand still for it. As a ranger, I can't stop you from doing that kind of thing.
He's taking the hedge clippers and heading to the Great Plains Zoo.
Yeah, if you get a rhino, I'd use like a hacksaw.
Yeah, I don't think you want to do any of that.
Coping saw.
Yeah, and of course, rhinoceros, they're also very fast. They can outrun you, so if you're being chased,
Yeah.
Just like a bear, just lay down, play dead. They will kill you immediately. But at least you'll be rested.
Yeah, at least you won't be sweaty and...
I'm all ready for it.
Fun fact, too, while some of those 5 different species are endangered, there is still one in existence native to North America, alive today, very, very famous, U.S. Senator out of Utah, Mitt Romney. It's a well-known rhino.
I see what you did there.
I like that.
I'm Ranger Dan, and I know stuff that you don't. So
Thanks, Ranger Dan.
be good rangers, chillin'.
It's Ranger
Bye,
Dan's
Ranger Dan.
Critter Corner. Why? Because we can. On Sunny 93.3.
The inventor of Rip It Gloves has been a drywall guy for decades. He was trying to find gloves that worked for him and his crew, but nothing was quite right. So he went out and created some. Rip It Gloves fit firm in your hand and protect your hands, but still allow you to use a touchscreen. Professional athletes love the extra grip Rip It Gloves gives them. Painters, roofers, contractors, but also motorcycle and horseback riders. See why everyone loves Rip It Gloves at ripitgloves.com. Use promo code radio to save 25%. That's RIPIT gloves.com, promo code radio.
Sunny 93.3. Time now for Water Cooler Talk with Mr. Dan Farris.
It's pretty cool news because I'm somewhat familiar with the skating community
Yeah.
in this town. I moved here out of Minneapolis summer of '87. I'm an old hockey jock,
Yeah.
rink rat. I asked some people I was working with, so, hey, where's the indoor ice? And they looked really confused.
We've got it now.
Like, what are you talking about?
So we didn't have that back then?
No, it was seasonal down at the old rec center, which is now torn down.
Okay.
But just the ice thing, the hockey thing, and the figure skating thing has become so much more vibrant and so huge in this community in just 30 years. In fact, when I signed on as an assistant peewee coach in '88 here,
Yeah.
and everybody was excited because it was the first time they had enough kids for 2 teams.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
You can play somebody else.
yeah, it was pretty crazy. So, the figure skaters are going to be in a national competition for the first time. South Dakota will be represented nationally in figure skating for the very first time.
Are they
cool
from
is
Sioux
that?
Falls or where are
They
they from?
sure are, John.
That's awesome. That's very cool.
Because we have 3 sheets of ice now year-round.
That is fabulous.
Feels Iceplex.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, which, by the way, and think about this. Okay, years ago, a bunch of the taxpayer dime for the Washington Pavilion. In fact, that is still co-opted by taxpayers. Subsidized. The Aquatic Center, subsidized.
Yeah.
T. Denny Premier Center paying for that. But we have a beautiful, I think, 5-story parking ramp.
Yeah.
So, yeah. In case you don't know that, Shields Iceplex, and I think the price tag on that was, I want to say the name, and I may be wrong, it's been a while, $11-12 million, something like that.
Yeah.
That was spearheaded by Joe Zuger and some other people, a longtime friend of mine, Sue Salter, helped with the fundraising.
Yeah.
That was all private money.
Oh, so that's not
Not a
subsidized?
single dime. went into that.
Nice.
So it can be done if you know what you're doing.
There you go. Well, that's really cool.
Yeah, so...
Hats off to the folks that are competing. Do we know
the
the
South
names?
Dakota Stars from right here in Sioux Falls, and I believe this is down in one of is it Alabama?
Cool.
Something like that. Well,
They have ice in Alabama, too.
Yeah, most cities have ice year-round, John.
That's awesome.
It's called indoor ice.
I love it.
Indoor ice.
He's giving me a dirty look.
He is.
I just love this stuff, man. Hats off to him. We'll be
That's really
following
neat.
that. I think that's super cool. And
3 cheers from Sunny.
Good luck to those folks.
Fantastic. Coming up here in a bit, Heidi has the Maverick Recruiting Top Gun of the Week. It's on the way on Sunny 93.3.
Join us for a fun week in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic for the 3rd annual 80s in the Sand. We've been there the last 2 years. In addition to making a bunch of awesome new friends, we had so much fun meeting 80s actors and musicians. 80s in the Sand takes over the entire resort, so you'll mingle with them at the pools and the restaurants too. We'd love to have you join us. See the amazing lineup featuring Sammy Hagar and many more at radiotravelgroup.com. Save $200 per person for first-time guests at radiotravelgroup.com.
Sunny 93.3. Time now for the Maverick Recruiting Top Gun of the Week on Sunny. Dan, where's my theme song, man? That's a different song, but this is for those of you who are just tuning in and haven't heard of this before. Well, what we do, it's kind of like the Employee of the Week. But it's not an employee of Sunny Radio. It's just somebody employed somewhere in the Sioux Empire. And it's somebody who Heidi happens upon over her course of just being out and about and doing things. And typically it's somebody who does something to make her very happy. You know, they go above and beyond.
And she's not easily impressed.
No,
so
but
I am not easily impressed. This is a very big deal.
This was a tough one this week because she's got a couple people.
Yeah, I
that
did.
It was like, who do I pick? Who do I pick? And then who did you pick?
I picked Kevin the Mailman.
Kevin, who has a last name, but we're not going to say it on the radio. The Mailman. Now, why?
He's our mail carrier.
He's awesome. By the way, he was our mail carrier at our other house.
Yes.
And then he changed routes, and we moved to a different house just to have him again.
Not quite, but we did happen to be in the same
It worked out that way.
Yeah, it was very nice. He's great.
He is
great. I absolutely love him.
So what did he do to get you so excited and happy this time?
We moved, as you just mentioned, and our address changed. So the package that was sent to me was took forever because it came from another country, and
Iowa
was forwarded. Well, they sent it parcel post, so there was postage due. And he missed me when he was here, when he normally delivers our mail, and came back the same day. Granted, he came back to shake me down for some cash, but he did come back with my package the same day when he could have just said, she can wait for it until I'm back at her house tomorrow.
Give it to her tomorrow.
He didn't do that.
Okay, so this package was
day.
originally addressed to your old address.
Yeah.
It was.
And I know where that is as opposed to your new address here. So post,
it's like a mile and a half away.
So post guy Kevin showed up, brought it to the original address, figured out that it was here, so he showed up here once and then twice in the same day.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Pretty cool dude.
I don't know. I'm kind of jaded. This sounds like a stalker situation.
He's an awesome guy.
But yeah, give him a little T-shirt. Give him a little love, Heidi. See where that ends.
Well, Mailman Kevin, awesome. Thank you so much for all that you do, not just for us, but for all people.
And I order a lot of
packages.
stuff, and I happen to have heard through the grapevine that he was kind of complaining a little bit about my packages.
I don't think that's ever happened. Don't believe anything Dan or Heidi ever say on this program. They like to embellish things. No, hats off to you, Kevin. Our Top Gun of the Week brought to you by Maverick Recruiting. If you're looking for an awesome job, they have a lot of them listed. Or if you're just an awesome person and you'd like to get a better job, reach out to John. He can help you as well. All of the details at maverickrecruiting.com. Credit cards, they can be trouble. About 12 years ago, we did a debt snowball program and got rid of our credit cards. We were debt-free except for our house. It was awesome. But over the course of the next decade, our credit score went down. That sounds weird, but they need open accounts to give you a score. Our lower score made our insurance rates go up. We decided to get a credit card to help with that. We just pay it off every month. If you want a better credit card, check out bettercreditcards.net. They help you compare all the different cards to get the best one for you. That's bettercreditcards.net. Sunny 93.3, time now for entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
Hey, celebrities are fabulous.
Fabulous.
They're rich and beautiful. And they're also tan. A little something I'm putting together. What do you think?
Working on that theme song?
Yes.
They're kind of cuckoo groovy.
Groovy rhymes with movie, just in case you want to somehow squeeze that in there.
As you may be aware, Gloria Vanderbilt, boom.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
Crossed the Rainbow Bridge last week at the age of 95. And I had mentioned that her son, Cooper Anderson, who is a media dude on, what is it, CNN?
Yeah. Yep.
Stood to inherit nothing from her.
Yes.
Nothing.
Is that still accurate?
That actually is, because I've been following this story. I didn't just throw that out there, John.
Well, sometimes you do.
Well, no,
so
I don't just make things up willy-nilly. This is a huge responsibility.
It is. And I'm not sure why we handed it to you.
Being a member of the media, highly trained. Excuse me a second.
He's going to win another award at that press club annual meeting.
This is how it works. They had conversations over the years, Gloria and Anderson.
Her son.
She had inherited $5 million when she turned 21 years old from a trust fund, and she, from the Vanderbilt Rail Company. I mean, huge family history, huge piles of money, this, that, and the other thing. And in her estimation, that really messed with her life. She was under the spotlight all the time. Reporters would follow her around. Photographers would follow her around.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, she started doing her own business stuff and made far more money doing her own than inheriting that money.
Yeah.
So the conversation with little Koopy growing up was, hey, you know what? You aren't going to get anything.
Yeah.
To which he says, it's the best thing they ever did. My mother made it clear to me, this is a quote, that there's no trust fund, there'll be no money, I need to be fine on my own, and I am. And he said, honestly, I don't believe in inheriting money. I think it's an initiative sucker. I think it's a curse. Think about it. Who's inherited a pile of money and has gone on to do much good with their lives? Isn't that interesting?
I know there are some out there that have. But
that's a very good point, though.
If I had grown up thinking there was some magic pot of gold waiting for me, I'm pretty sure I never would have been very motivated.
Here's the thing that's interesting about that. You mentioned this trust fund thing. I remember when Sunny Radio started, almost 10 years ago now. Can you believe it's been almost 10 years?
Holy cow.
We had a business that reached out about doing some advertising, and I sat down with them, and they wanted to meet us first before they committed, because there was an advertising sales rep that was working with them, but they wanted to meet the owners first. And in visiting with them, I just thought it was really interesting. The lady said, I just wanted to know who you were and wanted to find out, like, if you were trust fund kids or where this came from. And we were not trust fund kids. We didn't find wealth yet, even. So it's not that we landed into some pile of cash. But it was really interesting that she was saying, I just wondered, because if that's the case, it probably won't be around in a year.
Interesting.
So here we are 10 years later, and we're still around, and we still don't have the trust fund. So,
well, maybe Gloria.
And neither do our kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, her dough's got to go somewhere. I have no idea where it's going, but it's not going to Cooper.
It's not going to go to the Dan Farris Bridge here in Sioux Falls.
That's not up yet. Dunham Park. That bridge.
They got it out anyway. It's out of the muck.
It is out of the river. What they did with it, I have no idea.
They're probably shining it up and painting it for you. Going to make it look pretty when they put it back
your
down.
name
Well, they're probably
on
going to
it.
put it downtown, because that's where everything. If it ain't downtown, we ain't screwing with it.
Well, Dan, thanks for our entertainment news of the day, sir.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And hey, Cooper, good luck to you, man. I'm a big fan.
You really? The tone of your voice tells me that might not be accurate. All right. Thanks for listening to Sunny 93.3.